I grew up in a small town south of Des Moines, Melcher, Iowa. Went to high school there, and after graduation from high school, I went to Drake University. I went to Drake in 1956, and I was on the freshman football team. And when the spring came, I went out for baseball, and I made one of the top 18. So I stayed with baseball, and I just enjoy all sports.
What position baseball?
I played outfield, and in high school I was a shortstop. I went to Murray, Iowa. Was there for 1 year, and then the job opened up in my hometown of Melcher, Dallas. And I was there for 7 years. I had tremendous athletes and great support, and it was a great time in my life. Our records were very good. We were probably the smallest school in our conference, but we probably had the best athletes. And some of the other schools also had athletes, like Mormon Trail had the Street Brothers and Chris Street's uncles, and then Corden had Tor Cook's dad, who he played for Iowa too. So there were some athletes in those small towns. We didn't ask anything out of our athletes in those days like we do today. And we had no summer program at all. We had kids work out, mostly working on their farms and working at their jobs. And weightlifting, there were so many fallacies about weightlifting that if you lifted weights, it would bound you up and do this and do that. And there were so many fallacies. And in this day and age, we see whether it's a boy athlete or girl athlete, they're doing all the major multiple type lifts. And you can just see how sports have just gotten better and better, whether it's boys or girl sports. I always try to be my own person. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But when I was in high school, apparently our talent wasn't that good because we had 3 different coaches in 3 years. And I had a junior high coach named Martin Murphy, who was big in my life. He made sure that we did things right, and he was all about us putting out tremendous efforts and things like that. And I guess throughout the years, that's probably been one of the most important things to me, whether you win or lose, is having your athletes pay the price and be loyal. This is my, gee, I don't know, I hate to tell you this, but it is my 60th. I've been very, very lucky being around the right administrators, and of course the student athletes, #1, and then of course coaching staff. I've had so many people that's so loyal. Football's a type of game, you know, where you need a complete staff to coach a football team, and I've been very lucky there, and I still am. I think the #1 change that I've seen, and it's probably the most important, is all the different things that are being done for safety. The equipment is so much lighter, the equipment is so much better. The helmets have just improved tremendously, and I think, you know, the Iowa Athletic Association and the people that are working to make the game safe have came a very long way, and I think that's tremendous. Even when I came to Ankeny in the 70s, we had a weight room that you could only put about 5 people in it at one time. And it's just unbelievable how we're building a new weight room, and if you go to some of the other schools around here, they just have tremendous facilities. So there are so many more opportunities for these young people to develop themselves. And I've always believed in multiple sports, and the best athletes that I've seen come through the whole state of Iowa have been multiple type athletes. There are too many to mention, you know. We've had people play for Miami, we've had people play for Iowa State, and UNI, and other major colleges. We have one right now playing for Penn State. And I'm just so proud that those people have had those opportunities. And we have started the Jaguar Huddle, and you know, we have some of these kids, young people, come back and speak to our players. And you know, we have Moss, of course, at Iowa, and some people like that are really important to see them step up. And we have people that are doing other jobs now, highway patrolmen, things like that, and they come back and they speak to our players, and I think that's so important. Some people have asked me how many games have our teams won. Well, you know, I'm not sure of that, but I have to think, or I have to look, but you know, I do remember every defeat over those 60 years, and I think I'm almost sure the number's 166, and they say that, you know, that winning is not that important, but it sure makes for a nicer weekend. I know that. Tremendous talent there, and tough games. We had tremendous support from our community. Probably the biggest crowd that's ever been in the Dome up there for a high school game is when we played Southeast Polk in the semifinals up there. And just tremendous. And of course, the two state championships are very important. We had talent on those teams, and they went out and got the job done. And you know, and then there was a year that we lost the state championship in the last 12 seconds. And I guess it's all about life. You know, there's ups and there's downs, and sometimes things go your way, and sometimes they don't. But I'm very proud of all the players that have played for our coaching staffs over the last 60 years. Whether we win or lose, I think the effort was always there, and that's all you could ever ask. We had the same staff year in, year out, and I'm not going to mention names because you know, but just devoted people, and whether they were a defensive coach or an offensive line coach, they took the responsibility that was their job to make that football team at their position as good as it could possibly be. And we let our coaches coach, and we listen to them, and we feel that everyone on our staff is just as important as any coach that we have. I would say be devoted, be yourself. Don't try to copy other coaches. You know, I've seen it change throughout the years as far as the rough, the tough, the yelling type coach and so forth and so on. And some people are that way and do a tremendous job. I've seen the calm coach that walks the sidelines like he's in church, and they have success. So whatever you do it your way, do it the right way, do it for the best for the kids. I really don't know. Right now they probably think, you know, he's a pretty old man, you know, out there, and but I think they have respect, and I have respect for them.
Absolutely.
And I think they know that everything that we do in the program is for them, that no one is trying to get any headlines or credit or anything, that the team is first. I want them to be loyal. I want them to respect their teammates. I'm not saying they have to be the best friend of everyone on the team, but respect the person, and think about the team first and what they can do for the team. Iowa athletics. I don't know if our young people realize how great of a situations they have. And they have track at Drake University. They have Wells Fargo for sports. They have Principal Park for baseball. They have the Unidome for football. You could just go right down the line, and what opportunities that our athletes have. And you know, like right now, Iowa's not the biggest state by far, but every day you see somebody is signing at different schools like Alabama, Ohio State, and Texas, and so forth and so on. And it shows that other parts of the country has a lot of respect for the athletes in Iowa. That's the second man through, and it takes a lot of skill. It takes great faking to the fullback with your quarterback, and then your man in motion will take the ball second man through. And the most important, of course, is the offensive line, that they make the hole, and the back on that side leads through.